Hey tubers, today I'm going to show you my vapor blaster. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's similar to a sand blaster, but it uses high pressure water, ultra fine abrasive, and high pressure air to achieve finishes just like this. Instead of using media blasting or soda blasting that will affect your surface finish, vapor blasting leaves you basically looking brand new, especially on softer metals like aluminum. I do a lot of restoration work, and to me it's the best thing out there. You can't beat it. It's fast, get great results, reusable media, so you're not constantly putting in new sand and soda. This particular crankcase and cylinder is from an old snowmobile. I'm not actually doing the restoration on this. This is for a customer of mine. He just brought all the parts in, wanted them cleaned up. So I figured I'd show you my vapor blaster. I don't really have any pictures of when I built it. I actually built it over a year ago. But it's a DIY build. For any of you out there wondering how to build your own, or just wondering what vapor blasting is, I'll show you in this video. So here's the blaster. It's a little dirty, gets a lot of use. It's actually made out of an old paint cabinet, one of those explosion proof paint cabinets. Got it for free. It was all dented up at the bottom. I'm no body man, but I managed to straighten it all out. Put some extra strength at the bottom, added some square tubing, built a little frame, added the wheels, etc. Obviously there's no doors on it anymore. Built a little frame here, angle iron. That's Lexan plastic windshield. Bought this little wiper motor off of Amazon. Not sure what it actually fits on, but works for me. These are cheap LED lights. Bought them off Amazon too. Unsure of the brand. Likely made in China. They work good though. They are waterproof. Haven't had any issues yet. Couple of gas cylinders to keep the lid open. And then I just built this trough out of some scrap pieces from this cabinet. Nothing fancy. Goes down into a drain through there. Sealed with just silicone, really. Built a little mesh kind of table, I guess if you want to call it that. I've had a few versions of this. I ended up with this, which is an actual purchased blasting nozzle. It has replaceable boron carbide tips. I think it's for like regular sand blasting, but works good for this application. So basically the water comes in here, the water slurry mix comes in here, and this is just the air. When you get it up around 90 plus psi, it really starts to suck in that water medium mix. Works really good. Couple gauges there. They're actually not even hooked up yet. Not sure why I put them on, other than they look cool. Maybe one day I'll hook them up. So basically, there's a sump pump down inside this tank, which was just an old hot water tank I found laying around. It pumps the water slurry mix through this top hose, goes up into here, tees off to both valves. The right valve is the feed to the nozzle, and this valve is a bypass valve, so that way I can adjust my pressures and volumes if I need. Plus the bypass allows, you know, pressure back into the tank, which helps to stir up the slurry off the bottom. There's my air in there, and then I control my air pressure. Well, it's actually controlled off a regulator from the compressor, but I can kind of control it here too if I want, and turn it on and off. Got 3 switches. Left switch turns on the lights, center switch turns on the wipers, and the right switch actually does nothing right now. I just added one in case I want to add something in the future. Again, nothing fancy. It's not pretty, but it does work. Looks better than I could have hoped for. Got start stop button there. Inside here is actually a 120 down to 12 volt converter, because the lights run off at 12 volts and the wiper motor runs off at 12 volts. I run it off this compressor. It's a 4-cylinder single stage, puts out roughly 20 CFM at 90 PSI. It's an 80 gallon. It's a good unit, keeps up for what I need. I used to run it off of a little compressor. It was, I don't know, 110 CFM, and it just didn't work, so I had to upgrade. Keep all my braces down there. It's a messy job. You get sand and stuff everywhere. But here's some parts to be cleaned. Part of that snowmobile that I was just showing you. So I'm going to do a little video. I'm going to show you one of these pieces up close and then blast it and then show you the end result. Okay, so here we have a piece of that snowmobile. This is a cover for the engine. It's an air-cooled engine. Not entirely sure a year. It's probably from the 70s, so it's at least 40-50 years old. Aluminum, fairly corroded. This has been cleaned already, degreased. I don't spend a whole ton of time degreasing, but you know, it's good to get the grease and dirt off. As you can see, it is fairly corroded, likely sat outside. It's probably tough to see on the camera, but it's quite rough. Bit of pitting. I mean, a guy could blast this with soda blasting and it would look a heck of a lot better, but it would definitely look like it had been sandblasted. There's not much else a guy could do cleaning it. I mean, you could really give it a good scrub and it would look better than that, but you'll see how well the Vapor Blaster works. It's a great alternative. So I'll show you this, and I'll just show you this. This is a chain case cover. This has been, you know, quickly degreased. Obviously didn't get down inside the corners and everything though. But like, this won't come off. I scrubbed that fairly good. There's not a lot of corrosion on here. A little bit down at the bottom here. This isn't grease. This is corrosion. So I'll do a video of both of these, and you can see just how well it turns out. Okay guys, here's the finished result. As you can see, that's actually some some marks that would have been right from the factory. Not sure if they just tried to clean that when it came out of the mold or what that's all about, but this is about as good as it's gonna get. Pretty old castings, fair bit of corrosion, but see the original casting slag there. That's the nice thing about this vapor blasting, is it doesn't remove any metal. Everything will be as it was. This piece took about 15, maybe 20 minutes. I didn't spend a ton of time on the inside, because you're not going to see it. Basically just cleaned it. Here's the other piece. Basically looks brand new. I have bad lighting in here, so kind of can't really see the full effect, but there's a lot of corrosion down in here. I don't know, probably had water sitting in it at one time. That's the bottom of the chain case, so it'll be at the bottom of the tunnel. Likely this old sled sat outside and got water sitting in it. Again, didn't spend a ton of time on the inside. I'll put up some before and afters of a bunch of stuff I've done with it. And if you guys want, I'll do more videos of it, or of vapor blasting. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks.